Man, we sure do have some fun stuff for you. We have been doing some fun things in our own time between Jacob's personal project and an awesome rental that I got through Turo.
First episode on the new GoPro. So like Josh already brought up in the intro, we have an exciting vehicle that Josh has rented again. And it's another AMG. A 2015 AMG C63s. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Josh? What makes it different from the previous C63 that you rented?
Well, the first one that we rented between me and my fiance was a 2014 coupe, so the two-door, which also had a naturally aspirated V8. But this one, in differing, was a sedan, so the four-door version that they had in 2015, and also was the C63 AMG S. So upgraded from what its current horsepower, about 450 or so, with its 4-liter bi-turbo. It was tuned up to have about 503 horsepower. So just absolutely insane. I mean, I've got a lot of awesome video on that. Exhaust pipe is absolutely,
Let's check that out right here, right now. So you're telling me you picked up 2 doors and 2 turbos?
Yes. And I actually found out that the sedan, through weight and everything, is actually lighter than the coupe, because of if the coupe...
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, 2-door or more, it weighs less. But I think what I was reading is the fact that if it doesn't have the panoramic sunroof, or if it has a panoramic that you see through roof, that makes it super heavy. But outside of that, took it out on a backcountry road, got it up to about 120, 125.
That's all?
Yeah.
No more?
I got a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. That thing easily could have got up to 150. It was no joke. But
closed road, of course. So then, besides the sound and the power that you experienced with the vehicle, what else did you like about it? Obviously, it's a Mercedes, so it's a luxury vehicle.
Right. Well, I absolutely loved, and I didn't think I would, the adaptive cruise control that it had on it, as well as the lane assist.
Even in 2015 it had that?
Yeah, wow. That thing was an awesome car. I was even testing it, and it was getting chewed out by the significant other when we were going around really hard turns on the highway, and I would let the car steer itself.
Oh my god.
Instead of me doing it, and I put my arms crossed like that, but and she's like, get your hands back on the wheel, and a funny little picture appears on the dash saying put your hands on the wheel, but I was like, it's good. But that car, I think I ripped it and rolled it around every corner I could. Make America proud.
And Germany. Yeah, a little bit of Germany. Just German Black Eagles, I think, is their bird over there. Yeah. But so that's awesome. Would you rent it again?
I would. I really liked the guy that I rented it from. The only issue I had with it was really weird is that 2015 model that I rented did not have a backup camera.
Really? So we had lane departure alert, we had self-steering and adaptive cruise control, but we did not have a backup camera?
It was the mystery of the year for me. I was blown away because
my 2014 F-150 has a backup camera, right?
Hey, my dad's old 2009 F-150 had a backup camera, so
oh my god,
whatever. I was over it. It still had awesome sensors. That's
so like one of those
better than nothing.
You write an 80-page master thesis and you're like, oh, I forgot to add the information, like the whole point of this.
Now, for you guys to know, that car does 0 to 60 in around 3.8 seconds. It absolutely throws you in your seat.
What did the coupe do?
It was a little slower because of I think the turbos help get it up and faster.
And probably the lighter weight.
Yeah, a little lighter.
Too. But it was probably a low 4 or something.
Yeah,
right?
about 4.1 or 4.0.
Okay, so pretty close.
Yeah. But outside of that, I mean, Jacob, what do you got new on your Foxbody that you're fixing up right now? What do you got going on?
A whole lot of headaches. Being a 1989 vehicle, you can imagine. This is the first vehicle I've owned that's actually older than me by about 6 years. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a young guy.
Young. This guy's old. He's an old bat. He's coming up on his big 2.7 here in a couple of weeks.
Woo!
But so it's been over the course of about 6-7 weeks I've owned this vehicle, almost 2 months. Picked it up as a pre-quarantine project, so that's been keeping me busy. But the first couple of things, me and my buddy Taylor actually came and helped me out a lot the first weekend. I actually got it from his family, so that's where the vehicle came from.
Nice.
But it's a 5-liter V8, 5-speed, so pretty sought-after vehicle. Very American. We have a V8 in the manual, a real muscle car, how it should be.
Cool car of its time.
It was. I mean, a lot of people... I think I've slowly started to convert you into somewhat of a Foxbody liker. Maybe not a lover yet.
I respect it.
He respects it. This is the same thing, close enough. But a lot of people, and probably some of you that are listening, very much so, it's either you love the Foxbody or you hate it. There's not very many people who, oh, I respect it. Oh, that's a cool car, I guess. It's very much hot or not with most people, and so that's the first thing. Anytime my wife is telling her friends, oh, Jacob's working on his project, their boyfriend or significant other would be like, oh, I love Foxbodies, or oh, I don't really like Foxbodies.
Yeah, they're kind of like
every single one.
They're kind of like the Dallas Cowboys or the New England Patriots. Either you love them or you hate them. It's just one of those things. But
yeah,
to each his own.
Pretty much.
Either way, it's still a awesome engine under the hood, so yeah, that's what matters.
It sounds really good. I think me and my buddy Taylor think it has some sort of cam in it. For those of you who don't know, a camshaft in an engine changes up the timing of fuel coming in and exhaust gases going out. So when you change that up, it gives it a little bit different of a sound and even more horsepower. I think it's a very small one, so it's not much better than stock. But it sounds mean at idle.
You'll take it.
You've heard it. It almost sounds like there's no mufflers on it, or it's basically just straight pipe past the headers after that point. So it's pretty loud. Not as fast as it sounds. It is a quick car, but it's a 31-year-old vehicle. So I think it's 0 to 60. If you look online, back in 1989,
high fives or low 6.
High fives, close to like a 6 flat, which.
That's not bad.
It's for 1989. It's not.
No.
But given the camshaft, and we think that it also has a different gear ratio in the rear end.
Right.
So we think that because it does not pick up like a 6-second 0 to 60 car. It picks up like a 5-second 0 to 60 car. Like it feels quick.
Hey. But any of you guys out there, he is selling this bad boy, and if you're interested,
please buy it so I can buy a different one, and then get more headaches from a different vehicle.
But he is fixing it up to date and getting it up to good and running shape. Sounds great. Yeah. No problems.
Here's some pictures. But yeah, so with those specs of the vehicles, we've also had to do some stuff to it, like Josh said, to bring it back to somewhat of its former glory. We changed a lot of the fluids in it, and it's already running a lot better. I noticed that one of the spark plugs was not really in all the way, so once we plugged that in, it ran and sounded so much better.
Nice.
We had to get a new hood for it because the previous hood got ripped off when the previous owner was driving about like 40 miles an hour, so it got ripped off and dented the top of the car. So we had to go we had to track down a new hood. The window, a common Ford problem. My dad's F-150 had this years ago, one of his older ones, where the window motors or the actuator, either or, will just give out and the window will just fall down at the door panel.
Scary.
Yeah, it is pretty scary, especially while you're driving. Like with my dad's F-150, he came out to go to work one day and the window was down. He thought somebody broke into his truck, but really it just fell down like nothing.
Malfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my buddy Taylor tried to pull the window up, and it shattered the window completely because it's a very fragile 30-year-old window. So we went and I purchased a window with the car from them. So we were going to put that in, but then instead of just having bolts to it, and I showed you when you were at my house last. It's riveted into the door, which I guess Ford thought that was a great idea to do in 1989, which definitely that's the biggest headache that I have. But we put in new window motors, so that won't happen again. The windows roll up a lot faster now. Before they were really slow. I put in new locks on the exterior and the trunk because we didn't have a key for that, so it has all new locks. So that was a fun little project. We have a cold air intake for it, and we're going to put it in, but then we realized that we had none of the screws for it, just the pieces. So we're like, we can't do this. But once we gave it a bath, it looked a whole lot better, and we'll show you different before and after pictures. It just looked like it had been sitting for, I think, about a year. So there wasn't much to it. We had to put in a brand new battery, how we got it initially to run. So we've gone through a whole list of stuff already to make it look and run better. But
it's ready to go.
I'm ready for it to go.
Hey, if you guys are interested, definitely reply on any of our social media, even this video, and Jacob definitely will reach out to you guys, figure that out. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun with our cars, and we continue to enjoy having fun with our cars. And if you guys have any awesome stories you've had recently with cars, said cars quite a bit.
Any fixer-uppers or any other rentals or newer purchases that you may have got that is way faster and way newer than Jacob's car.
Yeah, but we appreciate all the fun stories out there. You know, this is long-lived cars and everything about it, and combustion until the electric cars take us over. You know,
yeah, electric overlords.
But if you guys like this this video and everything, if you go ahead and hit that like button as well as hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really appreciate all the support we get from you guys and the comments and everything in the videos.
Yep. So without further ado, Gulf Coast Gearheads signing